So if we learn to tame our thoughts and to become watchful and to self-observe, we're able to guard our campground. We stay watchful at the tent for any of the thieves or the enemies per se, which are the negative thoughts, which could be very well induced by negative astral entities that in ancient Western esoteric traditions as well as Eastern communicate to us through subtle impressions that allow thoughts of unworthiness or evil thoughts to creep into the subconscious mind and then induce us into those behaviors. This in ancient times was prescribed as demonic possession, where you're literally taken over by your thoughts or these thought entities and are run into madness. So when you are balanced and practice grounding exercises per se or meditation, and you have a strong connection to your higher self and you have a communication open with God, then this is highly unlikely to happen to you. You will be able to navigate this plane without having to fall or stumble into certain holes. You'll be able to perceive dangers before they occur. So guarding the mind, guarding the thoughts, allows the chemical system of the body, the chemistry of the body, to run smoothly. When you're not constantly chasing dopamine, you have enough dopamine stored for the simple pleasures of life. When you have enough serotonin stored, you have heightened senses stored. Basically, without depleting the hormones, depleting all the energies, you have more of a storage of inner feeling within yourself, that you'll be able to have more inner light, inner life, if you're not expending all the hormones. Because whatever is used at whatever chakra, whether you're talking too much, or you're thinking too much, or you're feeling too much, or you're draining through overeating or overindulging, or whatever chakra you are overcharging, right? Maybe through too much material ambition. Maybe you're too flighty, too much in the spirit world where you're not navigating the physical world properly. This is all pointing to an excess of these hormones, of these chemicals being overused in various glands. So that's why when we fast or meditate or stay silent or we abstain from the physical nature for a period of time, then we recharge our battery, recharge our central nervous system, recharge all of our glands that produce those hormones so that they can flow naturally at the appropriate time, because we are supposed to have these chemicals within our body, right? When we even, let's say when we smoke weed or when we smoke tobacco, we get a chemical induction, right? The chemicals are in the brain. The plant just stimulates these chemicals in the brain to be produced, which are supposed to be self-produced. The ancient yogis of the East know how to produce these chemicals in a natural state so that their entire day is basically that high, right? You're balanced, but it's not a crash, right? Because sometimes you get too flighty and then you have the crash, or this all can be avoided. That's why in the Old Testament it says, that the wine represents the good wine is the good wine of spirit. It's because the wine is not talking about necessarily physical wine, right? But on another interpretation, it's talking about the spiritual wine within, when you feel that joy because your chemicals are right? If your chemicals are not right in your body, then an event that should make you happy won't, right? You'll miss it. You'll be numb because your body doesn't have the appropriate chemical balance to produce those astral emotions that are trying to make its way into the physical body.